as Renato. He's the unluckiest fox there is.
Renato resisted the temptation to fire the oculum until the time came. He could sense its arcane energies yearning to escape the sage's wrappings. But it wasn't eating him alive. So that was a plus. He felt good about himself. He'd saved a friend, he'd helped the rebels, he'd relied on himself, but he'd listened to others. He felt like the right sort of hero. Wise, yet decisive. Calaveras had been so sure it would work. Maybe he could fire it just a few times. No harm in that, right? But only when he absolutely needed to. The new pathway made Renato curious.
Always curious. Ooh. There we go. Magical slow potion powers. Slow potion, slow motion. Well, at least it gave me some health back.
Renato's arm was getting tired. The core was no longer eating at him, but he still felt weak. His stamina was shot. But he had the oculum. When the ravens swarmed him, it would sometimes fire its death ray. It seemed to be warming up too, firing more and more often. Maybe he should let it cool off. He decided to stop using it entirely.
There we go. This is you usually make 4 choices and then you get an ending. So I'm using my energy to explore it a lot more. I knew it was somewhere over there. I just couldn't see him. All the fire. My highest combo. I think there's an achievement for getting 50 as your combo. Oh, look at that.
The oculum was still hot to the touch. He almost thought it was getting even hotter. Well, that was ridiculous, of course. Anyway, he'd only to fire it one more time, and then he could chuck the whole contraption into the abyss, and the Emperor's ship was now in range.
Bad things about
Renato
to happen.
squinted. He could make out the line of ravens protecting the ship. Zenobia in front, conjuring. And on the deck, yes, that was His Imperial Majesty, pacing in his golden armor. Renato lined up his shot and fired. Caught in the beam, the ship burst into flames. The ravens and Zenobia exploded. The Emperor, too, exploded. Renato waited for the beam to stop, but it only got brighter, and the oculum hotter. Frantic, Renato pulled the oculum towards the abyss. The ruby burst into flames. The shiny metal casing glowed, then melted. That was good. Now the core could cool off, right?
Bad things
Renato
happen.
ran.
Just like
The
I
blast
said.
incinerated him instantly, along with both fleets. The shockwave could be felt across all Erda. That winter, with neither Empire nor rebels to rule them, the islands slid into banditry. And so began the Second Age of Darkness. And he hadn't learned anything new this time. He'd done the same thing twice, yet expected a different outcome.
What second age of darkness? Only caused by me, you know. And then see, new story. Every time you complete a story, you unlock little things. And you get rewards. So this one, I got Water Essence. A hero who seeks balance, who makes wise yet decisive decisions. The Truth Finder will help you find the paths that lead to truths you have not yet found. Look for this icon when making choices in the book. The option can be toggled in the gameplay options menu. It's just basically trying to help me get this so I can get the true ending. This is the one I got first. And it tells you the choices you made and the story and what kind of hero you were based on the choices you made. So I rescued Lupino, then I went to find Zenobia. I didn't want to bring her to the interrogators because the way that they described the interrogators was that they would torture her. So that, and then that's when I got betrayed. And then this is when I went bloodthirsty, killed a lot of people, and then killed myself because of it. And then that one was, I got the core, put it all together, and then destroyed the universe by creating a black hole. And I basically just did the same thing. So.
There would be a way to win. Renato could feel it. He'd have to explore choices he'd never made before he could figure it all out, though. And with that, the book's pages fluttered to the beginning once again. And he fell. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renato knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into
Now
a
we're back at the
bloodthirsty
beginning
monster.
of the same
Maybe
thing.
he could find a way to use
As you
it.
see, it's saying the
To
same
take
thing.
its power
'cause
without
the story starts the
surrendering
same.
to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lupino needed rescuing. Of course.
And you get to make the same
Renato
choices.
had a pretty strong suspicion that Lupino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Renato really leave an
So it's
old friend
basically
to the
pick one of the
Ravens?
three, and then the way you divert after that is how you can go. So, it has something to do with Zenobia, because that's what that symbol is. I'm fairly certain. So I think I have to do his, and then find Zenobia. And then that I don't know from there though. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I think we're gonna go this way.
Ah, Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. Lapino's frantic message said that the Ravens were going to kill him for being a rebel spy. And that he had a clever plan. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse. Or so Lapino had told him over the far speaker anyway. Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But, wait. Where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the Ravens?
Okay.
There had to be something useful in these things, didn't there?
That's what I say. There's gotta be something. Gotta break all them barrels and boxes. I don't have enough. Pretty sure. Oh, crap, even look. Yeah, I don't have that. Someday.
Oh, what does the fox say? Ah, one raven. Another one called back. I'm dying! And they both laughed hysterically. That was odd. Bernardo had been here, at this exact place, at this exact time. But this time, there were so many more ravens.
They know.
Bernardo thought of the Iblis stone and shivered. He had no business messing with ancient, cruel artifacts. What he needed was his friends around him. Clear-eyed, full hearts, can't lose. A for effort, D for dead.